I think I always wanted to make movies. Like I was just very deep into Bollywood, big Bollywood fan. And the commercial side seems like every Guru Randhawa music video, Badshah music video seems the exact same. Yeah, it doesn't seem different. You'll be surprised. So many films that are shot just don't make it out. Like they just die in post. Because post-production is such a lonely process, and I've never done post-production myself. Harvest name came from Surat. Right? Okay. It was not like, it did not happen in LA. And I'm like, I cannot do wedding photography. It was insane. Like, and it only happens once. And I'm like, it's too much pressure. I can't do that. Jugaad kar leta. Jugaad is something I use every single day. I think that's the biggest thing I've learned in LA is like lighting, how to light something. Told me that anything you learn, you'll be able to use somewhere in life. And I was like, I just didn't believe him. Because it's a vicious cycle. You don't have the skills, you don't get work. You don't get work, that's why you don't have skills. Right? Like 6 months. Because as soon as I went there, I didn't know how to talk in English, right? So what I'm doing is, I'm speaking in Gujarati in my head. I'm translating that to English and then I'm saying it, right? So it's just very literal. The first impression of LA was people are just very pretentious. Okay. Like India, thing with India and what I love about India is that people are very straight up.
All right. Welcome to Get in Bed with podcast. I am your host Shah Harsh, and today we are going international. Today we are with someone who has gone from quiet streets in Navsari to chaos of Los Angeles. He has carried and documented stories so beautifully that you will fall in love with him. He is a co-founder of HRVST, filmmaker and a DP. He has worked with so many music artists and served as a director of photography or a director for their music videos. And in his commercial portfolio, he has worked with major brands like Fenty, Nike, Adidas, Puma, and Tinder. And he has worked over 14 short films as a cinematographer, and which made appearances in global film festivals. And if there are anyone who is with camera, a guy or a girl, he is the one people get inspired from. And to be honest, he really inspires me. So let's get in bed with Darsh Desai.
Thank you so much. That was very hyped for all the...
You deserve nothing less, bhai.
Praise. Yeah, thank you so much, brother. I don't think I've heard all of that praise combined in one.
So I'm glad I put the right facts on it.
No, it was very accurate. Yeah. I think I had a moment where I just realized how long it was, and how many stuff I've done. It sometimes I forget.
You have to look back, once in a while. To just keep yourself humble and have a gratitude कि यार बहुत कर लिया है.
Yeah, and it helps being grounded, like you said, where I come from, and then I think where we are, all of us are just especially now, it's we're trying to do the next thing and next thing and next project and next project.
And sometimes we forgot to look at how many projects we already did.
Exactly. I completely, until you said it, I completely forgot the numbers and how long it took. And
So, how are you doing, brother?
I'm doing very well. Trying. I think this year, as we were talking earlier, this year has been very challenging because I'm just experimenting a lot of new stuff. So I'm very excited. I directed my first film last year, end of last year. So that will come out hopefully end of this year or next year. And just experimenting more with writing and directing. I haven't done that before because I was just extremely tied up in just making films. And that's all I wanted. But it's there's levels. Once you unlock one level, then you're okay, well,
what's next?
Yeah, exactly.
Tell us more about that first film you directed. You're talking about Spin the Bottle?
No, so that was just, I was producer and DP on it. The first film I directed is not out yet. It's called How's Life. That's the running title that we have. And that's the one that I was showing you earlier. But we're still in post-production for that. And I've never done post-production myself. I always did post-production with HRVST for other directors. And then I was it's you just get shit. It's I was I was like keeping tabs, like telling directors that you have to do this.
You're
by
organizing
this.
shit only. कि
Exactly.
manage कर रहे हो कि ये कर लो, ये कर लो, ये कर लो.
Yeah, I was just managing.
Yeah,
but
absolutely.
now that when I'm in that seat, like it's completely different.
It's tough.
It's so tough. It's like it's hard to cut the fat. It's hard to like, know what point you want to make because it can go so many different ways. So most of this year I've been just editing that. And it just like
when it's coming out.
We have no idea. The plan was to like release it end of this year.
Okay.
And we have some like my other director Dhyan Patel. He also lives in LA. We had some promos planned and stuff, but we had no idea editing would take this long.
Oh yeah.
It was, and it's very not like, it's not traditional. We didn't have a script. We just went to Mumbai. We gathered a lot of footage, and it was just all with taste. We basically captured what we like.
So it depends highly on post-production, right? Because you didn't have the script.
Yeah, because if we had a script, we would have like,
True that. Flow ready hota matlab.
Exactly. And now it's like we are finding the film in the edit slowly. So it's like throwing paint on the wall and see what works. There's a lot of
canvas ban raha hai, let's do it matlab.
Yeah, and it like I told you, it just can go so many different ways.
Yeah, true that bhai.
You also have to check in that what point do you want to make,
Yeah. So Darsh, take us through a day in LA. Like how Darsh function throughout the day? Work, chilling, whatever goes behind.
Not rehearse the answer at all.
It's all good, bro. Take your time.
It looks very different every day.
Okay.
Like there's like two types of day where it's either 0 or 100. Either I'm absolutely not doing anything all day, just on my desk making floor plans or doing producing work, harvest work, whatever it is. It's just desk work. The only time I would leave is to just like go to the gym and come back.
Okay.
And on other days, it's like I leave at 6 a.m., 7 a.m. and I don't come back home until like 10 p.m.
Damn, okay.
So it's very like different.
Either you chill or either you go all in.
Yeah, it depends on like, what is going on. If I try to condense, like it's easy for me to keep doing what I'm doing.
Yeah.
So what I'll do is I'll pile up all the desk work and then just do all that work in one day. Like I'll be on my desk for 12 hours, 8 hours. And if I'm going out, I'll try to like do all the outdoor meetings in one day. So I can just go from one to another.
I have followed you religiously on Instagram. So I noticed sometime, मेरे को लगता है कि मैं जब भी मिलूंगा मैं पूछूंगा जरूर कि how do you approach work? And the schedule, the meetings and everything.
It depends on which hat I'm wearing. Like as a cinematographer, I would approach it differently. Yeah. Or a producer, I would approach it differently. As a DP, you would approach it differently. Okay. But I think one, I would say baseline I move by is just provide value. If any meeting like this meeting, I will try to just have no filter and just say what I like. We
need that only, brother. No filter, unfiltered only.
Yeah, and same in the meetings. And I think that's why like people resonate with who I am, and I can resonate with.
They can relate with you. Yeah. True,
yeah, because if I say something, that's the first time I am hearing it too. It's just straight. I have no filter at all. It's like no thinking. And then I just provide value, being yourself, and you provide value in every meeting without asking for anything in return. That has worked for me a lot. And I think our mythology also, like Hindu mythology says that a lot. Like you do the work without any attachment.
Expecting the results and everything.
Yeah, exactly. And then detach from the outcome. So that helps a lot in any meeting, in just any deal, basically.
Let's go back to the roots. You started with the photography, right? Then what was that first call which pulled you towards cinematography and filmmaking?
I think I always wanted to make movies. Like ever since I was a kid, I loved movies and I loved building worlds. Okay. Which has my own rules. Yeah. And which has like I make the rules. Like I run this world. But given where we are born, as you know, like there's not a lot of exposure here, to do that. So it's like I wanted to do this, but then what can I do right now that's like close to that? Yeah. So that's how I started photography. And then from photography,
which year we are talking about the photography?
Oh my God. I think 2016. I remember
10 years back.
Yeah, like 12th standard. Okay. I remember I got my first camera when I was 18. Okay. And my dad was like, he was like, I'll give you 50K like rupees. તને 50,000 આપો એનથી વધારે હું નહીં આપું. And then I was short like I think 10,000 or something to buy like a Canon camera. And then I talked to my mom and I'm like, I'm only short $10,000. Like I really, really want this camera. I've been asking for like 2 years. And then somehow my grandmother, when I was there, did not ask, like, why would I ask my grandmother, for money? She pulls out a bag which is full of coins.
Whoa.
Just like change that she has collected over years.
Yes, oh my God.
And then she's like, okay, you can use this money. And I literally went to the shop with that.
The coins.
Yeah, with that. And I'm like, okay, this is 50K that my dad gave me, my family gave me, and this is the rest of the 10K.
Oh my.
And I want to buy this camera because I just had to buy it on my birthday.
Yeah, okay.
So that's how I got my first camera.
Which one is
it was, I think, Canon 70D. I still have it.
Okay.
There were times where I was like, I need the money. Should I sell it? And I'm like, no, I can't sell it.
You can't sell it. True that.
So it was like 2016 when I first got my camera. Before that, I was like taking pictures on my iPad and, phones and stuff. And then once I got my camera, I just basically started doing photography.
Okay.
And initially, I mean, like you can relate to it, because you also had a career in photography.
Yeah.
Initially, you like kind of know what you want, but you don't know how to get there.
Yeah, true that. Yeah.
So you just like try stuff. So I like tried street photography, did some fashion photography. I think wedding is the only one that I only tried once. And I'm like, I cannot do wedding photography. It was insane. Like just the thought of like things only happening once.
That is whole another genre.
Yeah, it's insane. Like
it's something you can't plan or you pre-plan. वो वहाँ पे जो होने वाला है वही होने वाला.
And एक बार था. It only happens once. And I'm like, it's too much pressure. I can't do that. So yeah, like did photography, street photography, fashion photography, and then slowly like I somehow became a videographer. Like started shooting videos, some small commercial work and stuff. I remember my mom used to like still sells clothes, but she like has her like she sells clothes. She has her own business. So I used to make like videos for her. And then slowly like I started getting hired off of like just Instagram and stuff to like make small ads, like 1 minute, 1 minute and a half. And that's how like that transition into cinematography happened. But I always wanted to do cinematography. It just didn't seem possible,
Okay, yeah,
like,
I understand that, yeah. Far-fetched बहुत लग रहा है.
Exactly. Like when I talk to people, like I'll meet someone in LA, right?
Yeah.
And I meet you, and then I'm like, they're talking about they want to direct this and they want to like, do this. And their horizons are so expanded because of where they come from.
Yeah.
Where we come from, it
is not like that.
Exactly. Like you always hear it from like for your dad, right? My dad always said like, oh, that's just a hobby. This is just a hobby. It cannot
you can't make living out of it.
Yeah. And like media boom happened way later. Like at that time, people
it was
didn't
not
know.
like that.
Yeah. Like people were not making money from content. So yeah, I think like it just, I always wanted to make movies, but it didn't seem possible. So I'm like, I'll settle for what I can get now.
Okay.
And then I'll like, it's like આપણે ગુજરાતીમાં કહીએ ને કે ચાદરની બહાર થોડાક પગ ફેલાવવાના પછી ચાદર ફેલાતી જાય. It's like kind of like that.
You have to dare to do that. मतलब करना तो पड़ेगा.
Yeah, and
करसुद नहीं तो પછી खबर भी नहीं पड़ सके मर से के नहीं मर से.
Exactly. I think it's just a constant fight. And now I think it's better. But yeah, આપણે જ્યારે ચાલુ કરેલો ત્યારે it was like મમ્મી પપ્પાને મનાવવું પડે.
And I thought did engineering first and then मैं छोड़ी દીધું engineering અને પછી મેં જોબ લીધી ફોટોગ્રાફી.
સેમ.
પપ્પાને પણ એવું લાગ્યું આટલો ખર્ચો કરી દીધો કોલેજમાં ને હવે શું કરવાનો તું?
I was in civil engineering for the first like year and a half, 2 years. I think I only out of like 16 exams I gave, I only passed one. Just one. like 1 or 2. ને મેં ઘરે કીધેલું બી નહીં. I didn't tell my parents.
એટલે full etiquette.
Full etiquette.
Oh my
પહેલા 2 વર્ષ full etiquette. ને મને મમ્મી પપ્પાને એવું કે આ તો કોલેજ જતો છે. He's very like, sincere. He'll do engineering.
But he's not.
કદાચ એ લોકોને બી પોડકાસ્ટ થી જ ખબર પડે કે મારી etiquette.
અરે બાપ રે.
But yeah, I just didn't tell my parents, and then slowly, because I didn't have a reason to leave engineering, because my dad would be like, okay, what are you going to do next? And I didn't have a plan. So I'm like, I'll stay in engineering, just keep doing what I'm doing. And then once I feel like I can leave it, I'll leave. But before I could leave, the college kicked me out.
Shit, man. I never imagined that I would relate to you so much. Man,
yeah, my family business is like, my family is into like civil engineering.
Yeah.
So they wanted me to do civil. Yeah.
Okay. You know, after I left my engineering, I built a portfolio on a PPT. Which was so funny, and Pritesh Bhai gave me a break. Shout out to Pritesh Bhai. And he gave me a job of photography, and then there was no coming back.
Yeah.
He taught me how to operate a camera. He gave me first DSLR, the Mark 3, I guess, yeah? 5D Mark 3. And then there was no coming back. And bas fir wo karte hi gaya.
But people like Pritesh Bhai are so helpful. Like,
yeah, true that.
When nobody believes you in your universe, like in your life, and then one person is like, okay, I think you can do this.
And it's been 10 years and he's still sitting here.
Yeah, it goes such a long way, right?
Yeah, right.
Yeah, shout out to Pritesh Bhai.
Shout out to Pritesh Bhai. So, bro, when did you decide to move to LA? What was that like? Kab decision liya?
It was somewhere between 2020 and 2021. So
COVID ke time pe?
Yeah, like after COVID. So
you spent COVID over here or there?
No, here.
Okay.
I remember I was in Mumbai and then I came to Navsari as soon as COVID started, and I got a job at Tag Mango. I don't know if you know the company.
No,
I think they do like, they sell content. It's like exclusive content for content creators.
Social media agency something?
Yeah. It's like you can, it's like if Tanmay Bhatt has videos, then you can watch his videos that are not on YouTube one time.
Okay.
So I started working with them. It's a CEO. His name was Divyanshu Damani, I think. And I was in direct touch with him somehow, just like off of internet.
Yeah.
And then he was I was working a job for like 5 months in COVID. So 5 months I was just in my bedroom and then just working on the job. And I was like, okay, well, it's editing. It's something I like.
Yeah.
I don't think I'll hate it.
Yeah.
Absolutely hated it.
Oh my.
Hated all 5 months because it was just like so many revisions and, just, it was crazy. And there was not much creativity to it.
Okay.
I was getting told to like, do this, do this, do this. So then it's like that. Like you think you like something and then you try it and you're like, actually, I like film, but this part I don't like.
I don't like.
It's just like, I think you keep taking stuff out that you don't like. And then US happened because a picture I shot in like during COVID got into a couple magazines in Europe somehow.
How did that happen?
I have no clue. I do not remember. I think I was just like submitting pictures to just everywhere I saw during COVID. And then there's like Exhibit Around and Vogue and just couple magazines picked it up.
Damn.
And then someone was like, hey, if you have international exposure, you might get scholarship if you go to US or Europe to like actually study this.
Yeah.
So I was initially going to go to Europe for like fashion photography or something because I was getting a scholarship.
Yeah.
And then I was like, let me get more film skills because I can always do photography and use them in photography. But if I only learn photography, like
then I can't do cinema.
Yeah, exactly.
Video,
I would be limited. And at this time, I was still like, oh, should I say? Like, I was literally scared to say I want to make films. Because it seemed so far-fetched.
Yeah.
I didn't even believe it myself. And then, it happened pretty fast. I think I gave my IELTS and all that stuff in like a month. While I was giving my IELTS, I already got into a college in LA.
Okay.
And I was like my online school, and it wasn't hard to get the college. The college was very much like, you give us money, we'll give you admission. It wasn't like, it wasn't any on merit basis or anything. And I didn't even get the scholarship either. But it was like someone telling me that you might get a scholarship started the whole process.
Yeah.
And then I just got in. And then my family paid tuition.
Supported
and everything.
you.
Yeah. They fully supported me throughout the school. Yeah. And then obviously after I went there, I had to do what I need to do to just support my life. But yeah, everything in tuition was paid for. Like my grandfather, my uncle, and my father all they agreed upon it and they were like, okay, he's going to US. So he's very I think that solidified for him and them that he is not going to quit doing this and he's serious about this.
Yeah. Serious thai kya na chokro bhi serious acha.
Exactly. If he's willing to go to another country to do this,
then he's serious.
Yeah, exactly. Until then they were like is just a hobby. He's gonna forget about it. Like we'll give him a couple of years. He'll try it. He'll see it doesn't work. Exactly.
But એવું થયું નહીં. And now it is like all in.
It's like ધક્કા ખાય ને પાછો આવી જાય.
So what was the first impression of LA when you?
So I didn't have like a first impression for the first like 6 months, because as soon as I went there,
Okay.
આપણે લાગી ગયા મોટલમાં.
Okay.
જઈને તરત જ I think second day મોટલમાં લાગી ગયા, and the first 3 months I was doing night shift, and then the next like 6 to 8 months I was doing like evening shift. So it was like 8 to 4 school,
Okay.
4 to 12 like working at the hotel, and then 12 થી 8 હુઈ જવાનું. So it was, I didn't see any life.
Yeah.
I was only friends with people I went to school with, and then we would like sometimes go out on Saturday and stuff. But it was, the first impression of LA was people are just very pretentious.
Okay.
Yeah, like India, thing with India and what I love about India is that people are very straight up. Like if I want to tell you something, I'm more than a cuske with, I would be like, move there, like cuss. In LA, they just will talk about this, and then they're like, can you move a little bit that? It's like a lot of like sugarcoating, basically.
Okay, yeah.
So that was very surprising, and I just didn't know how to talk. People would call me like, they would be like, oh, you're so straight up or rude sometimes because you just like say it.
સીધું જ બોલી દે છે.
Yeah, but I didn't know how to talk in English, right? So what I'm doing is I'm speaking in Gujarati in my head. I'm translating that to English
and then
I'm saying
yeah.
it, right? So it's just very literal. It's like if I'm telling someone કે ત્યાંથી પેલું જઈને લઈ આવ, I'm saying go and get that. Like it sounds very authoritative.
Yeah, I understand it. But it is pretty common in India. Like કે હા એવું જ છે.
Yeah, exactly. And I didn't see anything wrong with it, because
Yeah.
I wasn't like, it didn't come from a place of, oh, I want to like be mean.
Yeah.
It was just, my translator in my head.
Intention is never like that ke bhai I'm
Yeah.
being mean or something.
Exactly.
Yeah. So what was the first project in LA? And how did you land that?
Oh, first project. So I worked after, so I got fired from the hotel
Okay.
because there was just it was just, I don't know, it's like I was working cash and, like illegally. And they were like, the police were raiding all the hotels.
Okay.
And finding people who were working illegally.
Yeah.
So the guy who owned our hotel was like, okay, you guys cannot work here. And we lived at the hotel too. So in 24 hours, we didn't have a job.
And didn't have the house.
And didn't have a house as well.
Shit.
So then we were so stupid. I'm telling you, bro, like we were, me, Shivang, Shivang.
Yeah.
Shivang, and we had one of our friends' own car. We were so stupid. We were like, rather than staying in LA and paying for a hotel, you know where we could go where it's cheaper than LA? Mexico.
Oh my God.
So we went to Mexico for 10 days because it would be cheaper to figure out a place to live.
What we can do in
LA.
Yeah.
Like that makes no sense. I don't know why all of us were like, that's a great idea.
It is
Zero
not,
sense.
yeah.
0 cents. And then when we came back from Mexico, obviously we didn't have a place to live.
Yeah.
So I started couch surfing with like just the friends that I've made. So I was like couch surfing for like, let's say 8 to 9 months. And I was doing a lot of gigs where I was just there. Like I would PA, I would art PA, like spot boy basically.
Okay.
Some like producing work, just like not cinematography, right?
Yeah.
Because nobody was going to hire me as a cinematographer.
You gotta climb up the ladder.
Exactly.
ऊपर तो नहीं पहुंच रहे हो.
Yeah, and neither did I didn't have a relationship with anyone. Neither did I have like a camera or the skills, to be really honest. So I started doing that, and then I'm like, okay, I like lighting. So lighting was very foreign. I didn't know lighting at all. Zero. I think that's the biggest thing I've learned in LA is like lighting, how to light something. And then once I started gripping with like bigger gaffers, and then I started gaffing for DPs. And then I got my cinematography gig.
Okay.
Like the first cinematography gig. And the first cinematography gig was also, nobody gave it to me. It was just like Juan and Gia are 2 people that I work with perpetually in LA. And they moved from Atlanta to LA. And they make like fashion films. So the Nike commercial was like the first thing that I ever DP'd.
Okay.
Ever. And it was, they wanted to make something with like almost zero money, just like enough money to like feed everybody. And I was hungry and, you know, wanted to do a cinematography gig. So I'm like, yeah, we'll do it. And then that had like, they had a connection with Devin Vassell, who was also a player. And that, you know, blew up and it just like
it literally blew up.
Yeah.
It went places, true.
Yeah. And me and Juan, like the director for that, I co-directed the commercial and shot it. We still talk about it. Like, we had no idea that a sports commercial, which none of us has ever done before, is going to like sort of kickstart
your whole
our
career.
career.
In LA, right, bro. So how do you approach any shoot, like for the pre-production to post-production? How do you ideate and then execute?
As a cinematographer, right?
Yeah, as a cinematographer.
Initially, when I was just like doing DP work, it was a little bit tricky to figure that out, because every director has a different like flow of how they work. So it was very much kind of guessing how they want to work, and then me like adjusting to that. But it basically goes from I would do pre-production, try to like understand what the director wants. And every director is different. Some directors come in with, this is the shot I want, and I want the lighting to be this, and I want this. And some directors be like, okay, I want this feeling.
You do
and
whatever
then you can do. Yeah, exactly. So the first film that I did like film as a cinematographer was I think ABW, which never came out.
Why?
I think the post, like at that time, Harvest was still very new. And we weren't doing post-production for like films. And then it kind of got lost and the director got busy, and it just, you'll be surprised, so many films that are shot just don't make it out. Like they just die in post. Because post-production is such a lonely process, and nobody is there to be like, it's just you.
No one is following up on it.
Exactly. It's just you and your film. So a lot of films die that way. But yeah, the process basically is like pre-production. I'll do sort of figure out what the director wants, and then we'll both make a shot list. The director already has some shots that they really want, and then I'll add shots to it. If something, it doesn't make sense, it's corny, doesn't work, then we'll take it out, sort of like edit the whole shot list. And then the director is free. Like then he focuses on the film, or he or she focuses on the rest of the film. And then I would like scout the location. So now I know how much like space we have to put lights.
Location decide kar lete.
Yeah. And then the like blocking of it, where the actors are going to go. And then I start working on the floor plans, where like floor plans are basically, I would literally make a plan which has like, it will say what lights are where, what lights we'll use, and sometimes even like what intensity they'll go to. But they're very detailed. I love pre-production because I can be on my desk and spend 8 hours thinking about one decision that I don't have to make when I'm on set, when I only have 2 minutes to make that decision.
I understand that.
And then I'll bring in the gaffer, and me and the gaffer will like tweak the floor plans. And then on the day of, me and the gaffer will like let all the team know that this is what's happening. You have floor plans, and that's sort of your Bible. You just go back to it. If I'm not available, if I'm talking to someone, just go back to it. And then that's that. But yeah, and it's crazy. Engineering, I thought I could never use anything that I learned in engineering, like ever, right? Because I'm like film and engineering are so different, especially civil engineering, right? And my uncle told me that anything you learn, you'll be able to use somewhere in life. And I was like, I just didn't believe him. And then in semester 1, they're like, GC Marta? In semester 1 civil. So that's the only subject I passed. Was like drawing floor plans, right? Just like drawing overheads of a room and then doing measurements. And then the only reason I passed it because we like copied. Like you put a bulb, you put a
and then put a
like
carbon copy kar rahe pura.
You put a bulb and then a glass, and then you put 2 sheets so you can see what's on the sheet below.
There are people who are taking payment for this thing.
And then you like put the plain canvas on top and literally copy exactly. And that somehow helped me so much when I was making lighting floor plans.
Shit.
Because it was the same thing, right? I had to draw a room and I had to put lights in it.
Yeah.
But I got really good at making floor plans because I copied a lot of floor plans in engineering. Yeah.
Damn, bhai. हाँ तो वो crazy बात थी एकदम. I never thought that this would help you, मतलब in your career.
I never thought either. I disagreed so hard, and I'm like, there's no way I'm using anything from engineering, but I did.
See, your work got featured on Times Square.
It did, yeah.
Bro, tell us about it. मतलब it is like a dream of every creative person, filmmaker, कि वहाँ तक पहुँचना है.
Yeah. I had no idea. One, I had zero idea where it was going. It was very much like, that shoot was also with Juan and Gia.
Yeah.
And they were like, hey, this is a project. We want to shoot this. They have a big marketing budget and they have a good enough budget to shoot the commercial. I think it was a perfume commercial.
Oh, yeah.
And then there was this big house in Malibu, huge house, huge, massive, like massive. And then we showed up with like 3 people and like 4 lights, right? And I'm like, how are we going to light this big of a house? I had no idea it was going to be that big. We somehow made it work and we, kept the scene in like rooms, used a lot of natural light, and then shot it. Jugaad kar lita. Oh, Jugaad is something I use every single day because every single project you get ever is they'll give you $1,000. They need to make something that looks like $10,000.
Okay.
The only way you can do is Jugaad. And I used to think that it happens like at our level when I was learning. But I'm like, oh, it doesn't happen like, a level above us. Happens everywhere, bro. Like, I'm telling you, even if Martin Scorsese is making a film tomorrow, he is making compromises and using Jugaad. I don't know the English word for Jugaad, but he's like using Jugaad to make his film. Because you just never have enough money. As the money comes, your ideas grow bigger. Yeah. And it just never...
Then you need more money, but it never came.
You just never have enough money. Or time.
So you went to Times Square to see it, or you didn't?
No, I didn't. Oh yeah, sorry, got sidetracked.
It's okay.
So that, like, we made that in a day. It came out after like a week. Yeah. And then it was on Times Square. And where I found out was, you know how they send you deliverables? Yeah. Like, they'll send you a folder. They're like, oh, these are, once editing is done, these are the products that we made. There was a small video in it, which just had the video on Times Square. And I thought it was like this.
The mock-up.
Yeah, it was like a mock-up that this is how it would look if it went
But it was real.
But it was somebody taking it on their phone. And
that's how you found out.
That's how I found out. Yeah, I had no idea. Oh my
God, man.
No clue. But yeah, I think if someone told me that I was going to go on Times Square, I would have done a horrible job in making the project. I just like that, so much pressure thinking about where your work is going to go while making it. And it's horrible. Never do that. I never done that. Like, I just try not to think about the final product. And I think more than Times Square, Times Square is like, it's a status thing where my
pinnacle of this art form.
Yeah, exactly. And then I wouldn't say it's like a pinnacle. Obviously it is in some sorts. Like, it's a status symbol, right? Yeah. And my parents were really happy, and everybody, like, I posted on Instagram, everybody was like, excited about it, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
But I mean, this, like, as I think as a person who creates, the nuances of just the creating makes me a lot happier than the actual outcome.
It's getting published on, like, it's getting featured on Times Square. It doesn't give you that much happiness. Yeah. Than creating it, right? Yeah.
Like, it gives you societal validation where they're like, okay, well, everybody now knows you're doing something that's important. But I think for myself, and I can say that for everybody who was on the crew as well, I just look back on like the day we made it way more than it being on Times Square.
Nah, but I'm so sorry. Strongly disagree to agree. I would have lost my shit agar ye hota.
I'm telling you, when it happens, because you see other people do that, right? Because I know Bhargav got on Times Square. There's other couple people on my Instagram who got there, and then you're like, okay, well, wow, this must be great. Like, but then it happens, and you're like, this. I'm telling you, when your work gets featured on Times Square, you would enjoy how you made the product way more than actually the product.
I have to experience it to
Yeah, you
say
have
कि I
to
agree on it.
Yeah.
क्योंकि मैं तो फ्लाइट ले रहा हूँ, मैं सीधा वहाँ पे उतर रहा हूँ मतलब.
Yeah, I wish I went too. I think maybe someone from our producing team like did go and see, but yeah, none of us were able to. It just happened so fast. Like we shot it, and a week later it was on Times Square.
Crazy हुआ यार. So like being in LA, what LA taught you apart like Indian industry Navsari वो सिखा नहीं पाया, but LA सिखा लिया. And how it changed you being in LA? How your work, how your perspective got changed?
The biggest thing I learned from just Los Angeles is I found really good people in Los Angeles. And the biggest takeaway I had was I gained a lot of emotional intelligence. That was something really hard to learn, like in India. Like we as our history and our culture, where we come from, with no fault of ours, we are very emotional. But I always say this to my friends, is that white people and just like people in developed countries just have had the time to get out of survival mode and think about their feelings and think about their thoughts, and not like us, if you think about black people, like all the minorities haven't had that opportunity or time to just think about what they feel, right? It's very like it's very reactive. We just react to what happens because we are in flight or survival mode. And that's the biggest thing I've learned from LA, that everybody's very like, for most part, people in my circle are very emotionally intelligent. Like they can understand what they feel, but at the same time, they like will choose how to react. And those two things are separate. And when I went to LA, it was like this. This is how I feel. This is how I react. And then I think over time, it just got like I created more and more distance just by learning from others. Yeah.
Bro, how did Harvest came into picture life? And what was the reason behind the name?
So I'll tell you, again, crazy story. Harvest name came from Surat. Right? It was not like, it did not happen in LA. So you know Aryan, right? Yeah. From Bougie Streetwear. And he and Shivang and Nishat and all these people in Surat, they wanted to start this thing where they do 4 events a year. And they wanted to do at the Haveli in Dumas. They wanted to do it there. So we went to like see, they wanted me to do the videos and the media for it. So we all went. There was like 10, 12 people. There were other like Shushi and other people there in it too. They wanted to do this event. And because it was happening like 4 times a year, they wanted to call it Harvest. I think it was Aryan's idea to like call it Harvest. And
damn, that is a really good ideology behind it. Shit.
Yeah, right? And then he was like, I remember when we were at the Haveli and everybody was sitting and we were talking about logistics and how we'll do it and how it will cost. And I'm like, what? Just you had the curiosity. I'm like, where does it come from? Because initially you think it comes from food, right? Harvest. So he was like, I want to throw an event every time there is an harvest. Like in India, because there is a 4 seasons in India, right? And that name just like stuck with me for quite some time.
And you had to take it,
yeah. And like 2.5 years later, I remember the first year I was in LA, and we like sort of created this people. Everybody wanted to work, and we wanted to create our own work. For independent filmmakers, because it was just really hard for us to like break into the industry, because it's a vicious cycle. You don't have the skills, you don't get work. You don't get work, that's why you don't have skills. Right? It's like the portfolio vicious cycle. So we were like, okay, we'll just make our own unit, make our own films, and then learn on our own sets,
and
right?
Then let's see how it turns out.
Exactly. And we can set our own quality standards, and we can do what we want. We can control the narrative, basically. So I was in the motel. It was like 3 a.m. there. I was doing the night shift, and it was 3 p.m. here. And I remember I was going back and forth between some other name like Dex or something, just stupid name, right? And Harvest. And I asked everybody, like just people in the group, and everybody was like, yeah, like Harvest is okay, but Dex is better. And some people were like, oh, Harvest is good. I called Aryan and I'm like, so I need a favor. I know this is your name. I know you want to do this event. Yeah, and that event's never happened, by the way. I don't know what happened, but it never happened. So I'm like, please give me the name. I'll make sure I'll take care of it. And if the events happen, like you can still use the name, we'll just keep it as if it's an extension of it. And he was like, yep. He was so kind about it. He was like, yeah, bro, please use it. Like, I'm not using it right now. And if it helps you and if you really feel something from it, take it and use it. And that's how it became Harvest.
So, bro, how do you manage a visual tone of any project? Do you think beforehand or you just go with it, the post-production?
I think I have a certain idea of what it's going to look like in post-production. And me and the director would talk, collaborate, and we would create a LUT that we might put it on the monitor. When we're shooting. And so the director can kind of tell what it's going to look like after the post is done. And I try to bring on the colorist as early as possible while we're shooting. So then all three of us kind of know the tone that we're going for. All I have to do is just manage the levels, and then me and the colorist would bring that tone out. Like in post.
So soch ke rakha hai, then you execute that.
Yeah. It's like a rough idea, and then it might change once you get in post. But yeah, you have a rough idea and you kind of...
Bro, you directed and served as a DP for so many music videos, right? See, this is the field which I want to go in. At least in India right now, because I am in India. So can you elaborate, like, तुम कैसे करते हो? आप अगर कोई आर्टिस्ट आपके पास आ रहा है, बोल रहा है कि this is my song, you just make me a music video. And he is throwing you whatever kind of money you want, but still the storyboarding, execution, the team, and the edit. How do you think about it? Because I see your visuals. Pehla to you direct in such a good composition that I'm always like this. I'm seeing the frames and I'm like, this is okay.
I think
it is so beautiful and it's so visually pleasing, brother. Like,
it's just, I don't think there's a formula to it. I do would say initially I would hide behind the technicals. And what I mean is, I think a lot of movies do that right now, where they would make it look very good. And everything else is kind of like the cinematography is top tier. But like the writing and everything else is kind of, And I've known from the very beginning that if I like something, I like it because the composition, or I like it because of the writing of it.
I can see it in your post.
Yeah, right. And that's why I like have these long captions with everything I post, because I love writing as well. But yeah, the composition and everything comes from like photography stuff. And initially, like I said, I used to work based on technicals. I would be like, let's make this look good, let's make this clean, marketable, this and that. Over time, I've just narrowed it down to feeling. Like if you are a music artist and you come to me and you're like, okay, this is the song, I'll just try to feel the song out, and I would try to understand what you were trying to make your audience feel.
And document that feeling only.
Yeah, same with the like films. Like if you're a director, you write a script, I'll try to figure out what you want your audience to feel and somehow wrap that feeling visually. And I know on Instagram it looks like it's planned and it's done like well, obviously because it's the end product. But so many things just happen instantaneously. Like Dion is one of the directors I work with a lot. And he does videos for Mark Lux. He's an artist. So we have worked together a lot on a lot of music videos. And when we were doing it, it was literally like $300, $400 budget in LA. Just like nothing. It's just literally food money. And sometimes you would get like some clothes or some lights, right? Very minimal run and gun, just going around and figuring stuff out. And you just, like you see a building and you're like, okay, this can be done that. You just see something. Dion would be like, let's put the camera here. So just experimenting more stuff and just trying to do something that's different. Because I think different can be good or bad. But at least it's different, and at least it will stand out from the crowd.
True that, man. Do you see Indian music artists' music videos?
Oh yeah, a lot of it.
What do you think about them? What's lacking, or what do you say that this is what I love about Indian music industry?
So in India, I think there's two sides, and it comes to the movies and like music videos as well. There is this commercial side where every commercial video like music video seems the same, right? And I work for a couple Indian artists in LA, like
Avanti.
Shubi, all these people from Desi Trio. I think their videos are really good, and they're coming out like with more and more new concepts,
storytelling with composition with good aesthetics, and
I think it's just two separate sides. One side is like independent side or like indie side, whatever you want to call it. And they're trying a lot of new stuff, new concepts. Some work, some don't. And the commercial side seems like every Guru Randhawa music video, Badshah music video seems the exact same. It doesn't seem different. But on the indie side, they're trying a lot of new different stuff. And I think after Big Dogs came out.
Hanuman Kind.
Hanuman Kind. And I don't know if you know Abhinay. But the guy,
I know, of course I know.
Yeah, like he's also from LA.
Okay.
And I think that, I mean, you should ask him about it. You should call him here. But I think after that came out, a lot of people are pouring a lot more work into their music videos.
You helped me get him here.
Oh yeah, I will. He will. He's the nicest guy you'll ever meet.
So what do you say? How do you say like Bollywood and Hollywood industry? What is the difference in the music industry or the films? You can say.
I think Bollywood, like in terms of working on it, or just like films.
Films. Yeah.
I think as an audience, Bollywood is changing. Well, what you define Bollywood as, but I would say Indian cinema space is changing massively. I think Bollywood is still like kind of slowly getting out of what they used to do, and most of the movies are not working because I think they just don't have taste.
Repetitive वो कर रहे हैं, एक ही चीज बार-बार वही drama create कर रहे हैं.
And it feels
people
like
are now fed up with it. They want something.
Yeah, it feels like a template.
It's
like
true.
Every movie is going through this template, and then it's like statistically and mechanically made. And that's when I was telling you earlier, the feeling comes in. Like whoever is making, the director or the writer, don't have a taste to apply to the film. So every film seems like this other film that you watched a while ago, right? It feels all the same.
It doesn't feel original, and that's not good.
Exactly. And then Hollywood is doing the same shit too. Like I think what Hollywood is doing is they're milking a lot of old franchise. For the past, like I think 3-4 years. Nothing new.
They are following the path of now Bollywood only. Bollywood भी यही कर रहा है, पुरानी movie वापस ला रहा है.
Yeah, exactly.
And Hollywood is what doing, they पुरानी movie वापस नहीं ला रहे, but they are remaking with another parts.
Yeah, and it just doesn't like Star Wars. It worked because it was new at the time. Now
it won't work.
It will do some numbers, but it won't do a lot.
Yeah. Which are your favorite movies of all time?
It's a
very tough question, I know, but
I love.
Give me 3 names.
Okay, I'll do 3 names in no particular order.
Yeah, absolutely.
I would say I can say Bollywood and Hollywood, right?
It's all good.
Ye Jawani Diwani by far.
Okay.
I think that it's very cliche. A lot of people say that.
It's okay. Nothing is cliche. It's all good.
But I think that movie, when I saw Ranbir Kapoor doing like traveling and
then
doing
leaving the
work.
country and
not even leaving the country, but just like doing camera work and getting paid for it,
making it so good. It looks so cool.
I was like in 11th standard, and my dad was always like, it's just a hobby, and I just believed him. And I was like, wait, this guy is doing it, like he's getting paid for it, he's traveling, and he has a camera in his hand, so this is a real job, like people can do this, you know. So I think the movie was okay and it was very entertaining, but like just that song made me realize, okay, this is possible.
You're talking about Ilahi?
Yeah. And it's like we talked about earlier, I think this breaks that mental barrier, and you're like, okay, I'll figure out.
If you'll figure it out.
I don't know how, but it's just possible. So I think that song just encapsulated that this is possible. Interstellar would be a big one. I love Interstellar,
man,
for so many different reasons.
Of course, man. Yeah.
And you have that.
Yeah.
And then that's from
Inception and Interstellar both. Yeah.
And what would be a third one? I love Tamasha. That's what I usually say. Yeah, I love Tamasha. I love just Imtiaz anything but Tamasha. And yeah, I can't think. I genuinely didn't watch a lot of Hollywood movies until I got to LA. Like I was just very deep into Bollywood, big Bollywood fan. And once I got there, people would be like, "Oh, you haven't seen this? Like you haven't seen Shawshank Redemption? You haven't seen Interstellar? Like it's a classic. It's a classic. It's a classic.
You have to see it, yeah."
Yeah, I just kept hearing it, and I was like,
Okay,
I'll
मैं
just
enjoy
watch it. Yeah. So then I started watching all the classics and older films, and then because anybody who wanted to make a film, their references would be Hollywood
man,
movies. So I
absolutely.
kind of had to.
Did it help you?
Watching more,
Yeah.
I think initially I was like, had this stupid idea where I was like, I don't want to watch a lot of movies because what I want to make has to be so original, and it was just stupid. It was just stupid. But the first year, that's what I was thinking.
Okay.
But then, obviously watching more movies helps, and then, like you said, I think you create your palette. You it can be the best movie that everybody else thinks, but then you could be like, okay, I actually don't like this. I do like this. And I think that's you develop taste over time.
Yeah, man, I understand that. See, if I'm talking about myself, movie helped me figure out what am I. I have watched movies like on a before my accident. I used to watch a movie a day, and that was not okay.
Every
but that
day?
was okay. Yeah, every day.
Oh wow.
Like when I finish my work, when I finish my editing or any task, I just play a movie, any movie, and I have a list of it. मैं हमेशा ready रख के रखता हूँ कि ये देखना है.
And you watch the full thing.
Yeah, full thing in one go only. I don't like to break it in between.
Yeah.
It doesn't. और तब इतने टीवी शोज नहीं आ रहे थे. It was time for movies only. अब टीवी शो इतना बूम हो गया कि अब इतने shows आ रहे हैं. So movies helped me literally, and the Bollywood, Hollywood both. The Bollywood is now became so same. एक ही एक चीज वो करे जा रहे, एक ही चीज जोक मारे, and they are so becoming not good मतलब.
Yeah, it's just tasteless.
Yeah,
it's like soulless.
Out of every 10 movies, there's a one movie which will came जो आपको hit करेगा. Like the Three of Us, the last.
It's pretty good.
And it was so good. So I want to see movies like that in Bollywood.
Yeah.
And Hollywood is doing the same thing. वो भी repeat ही कर रहा है, like high school comedies.
Yeah.
ये वो फिर ये कुछ apocalypse आ रहा है, वही वो करे जा रहा है.
Same thing.
Like there was a time when Dallas Buyers Club and this kind of movie used to come.
Yeah.
Now they are not doing that.
But wait, what are your 3 favorite films?
Man, don't do
No,
this.
you have to. I did it. You have to say it.
Okay, the first of all is Inception.
Okay.
The second Wolf of Wall Street.
Okay.
And then Fir Hera Fairy.
Nice. Bro, so many, not even like, I think that movie relives so many times just in conversation.
And they are almost about to make the third one. I am like, भाई मत करो. अब नहीं होगा तुमसे, वो होने ही नहीं वाला है.
Like so many
that
jokes.
That used to be so innocent comedy, जहाँ पे लोग judge भी नहीं करते. Now people are always on it. कि ये line बोली, ये गलत हो, ये.
Yeah, the whole cancel culture.
Yeah, man, whole cancel culture.
And there are so many jokes from those movies that are like still going. People still say it.
True, man, true.
Like if apne kaise baithal hoy, they will just reference something from that movie. And 25
like
years.
Babu Bhaiya Raju, this lives matlab.
Yeah, and just like imagine how tasteful that movie or like has to be that timeless. 25 varas pachi you'd still talk about it.
And you are still thinking कि अब ये third part बनाएंगे.
Yeah.
That is crazy.
Yeah. I think that's why like fun always wins.
Yeah.
Obviously, like I love Inception, but you cannot.
But the
top
comedy, You think that the comedy movies are more difficult to direct than the sci-fi or the drama?
I would agree. So I think, like, let's say you get on a stage and you can tell a story, but to tell a story
and make people laugh that is
and
so
entertain
hard,
them, I think that's like and I think like what is hard and not like hard and easy is so subjective. I think it just is. Like it's not hard, it's not easy, it just is. It's like you make a movie, I make a movie, we're just gonna have such different experience of it, and I've learned to like not judge it that this was hard and this was easy. Like you see so many media of like people just talking about how hard was it to make that movie, but you wanted to make it. It wasn't like a day job that you had to survive. I just think it's a privilege to make movies, and any movie that you can make, the experience you get from it is an absolute privilege.
And just stop complaining about it. Like
like me, I'm gonna say Dhyan again. Like the movie that we shot last year, we talked about it once the movie was done when we were editing it, and Dhyan said something, and he was like, in the movie that we shot and in the film that we shot, there were like hundreds of kids from Mumbai on screen, right? And both of us were sitting on this side of the screen, and he was like, bro, do you know how lucky you and me have to be on this side of the screen?
Man,
there is like thousands of people on that side of the screen, right? Just in our subjects, basically. Sorry, our subjects, but we have to be so lucky to be on this side of the screen, so we have the privilege to tell the story. Like, just think about how many people, are doing this in India. So, so many people want to do it. Most people just don't have the privilege to do it.
I was on both the sides. I wanted to do it, but I didn't do it. And now I wanted to do it, and I'm doing it.
And that's I've told you this so many times, but that's why I find so much courage from your story, because I genuinely cannot imagine a situation where something that you can do with your hands and that's so you love so much can be just taken away from you without any permission, right? And
I didn't even ask for it. I was even not prepared for it.
Exactly. And then you just have to live with it. So to that point, right, I imagine if 3 years ago I'm complaining about, I have to make this movie and it's so hard and I work so hard.
Just stop.
Exactly, it's a privilege. And I know for a fact that you were here just wanting and dreaming about wanting to make a movie.
To get back to the camera, right?
Exactly, right? You just wanted to lift a camera and take a picture. How simple is that? And I think that's just the injustice to our craft. If I'm not just me, that anybody's just complaining about making movies, because we know it's not a traditional job. When people have to do jobs that they don't like, at least we're doing something that we love.
And I believe getting tired from something you want to do, that is a privilege.
100%.
Bro, you are so lucky that you are getting so much work. And didn't 100%. you prayed for that?
Yeah.
Then now why you are complaining?
Exactly. You asked for it.
You asked for it, You paid for it. You invested so much money. So now you are getting that much amount of work. Then why you are complaining?
Yeah, and there's so many things that has to go right for you to be in a certain position.
True, man. Yeah.
I never have heard anybody, or nobody told me, positioning is such a big part of how successful you can be. People obviously like hard work and obviously there's privilege and other things, and those things are true, but positioning, being at the right place at the right time when the project is being created and someone thinks of you and be like, okay, let me get Harsh onto this. It's such a privilege, right? You get picked. You get picked to do this. How are you going to complain about it?
Yeah, true, man, true. And I always say the terror of not being able to do work, that is something I wish no one should experience it. I know how many times I was lying in the bed and I just wanted to stand up and walk to my camera ke bhai chalo kuch kaam kar.
Exactly. And where you have all these creative energy, and I think everybody as humans have it. You just having no way to channel it is the absolute worst. I've genuinely gotten obsessed with my health, thinking about I want to be 60, 70 years old and I want to still make movies. Just I never, like you said, I never want to not have that privilege, because especially, at least I think people for us, it took so much work to actually get that privilege to pick up the camera.
True, that
I just never want to put it down.
And have that opportunity which you always wished for.
Yeah, 100%. And it took so much time to actually pick up that camera. Never want
the day I will hear कि भाई दर्श complain कर रहा है कि भाई LA में बहुत काम है, that was the day I will block you. कि भाई अब नहीं हो रहा है.
I'll never complain. I'll complain about one thing about me. I love complaining, but it's mostly about small things,
technicalities or something like
not
that.
Even film. It's just then I'll complain about weather and just people and just normal stuff, family, and as much as I love it,
everyone does it. That's okay.
But I'll never complain about work.
And in this 4 years, I'm on the observing side. I observe so many things. I consume so many shit. I see people saying so many things like, "Ke I wish agar मेरी life में reset कर पाता." And they don't know what it will take to reset a life. I didn't ask for this. It just happened. And I was literally in the hospital, and then I came out and I got to know that ye sab hua hai. And my life got reset. So now people don't know me for my work. They always call me to ask my health, and I'm grateful for that, but they don't remember my work.
So you think it became your identity?
Yeah, actually. And I don't, that's why I'm doing stuff. Like making films on Instagram, putting out videos, doing every month wala thing. वो सब यही कि I want to I have to do this to recreate my image. because they have forgotten that I used to be a photographer, I used to be a cinematographer, and because ये इतना time हो गया है, this was so heavy, the kind of injury I have, that is a rare. तो उनको यही हो गया कि भाई तू तो अब रिकवर कर रहा है. They don't ask me कि भाई काम कैसा कर रहा है, कुछ मिल रहा है नहीं मिल रहा है, what do you want to do ahead, can we help you with something, ऐसा नहीं होता है. And they are not wrong, maybe मैं वो पोजीशन पर तो यही करता, but that's the thing, I have to पूरा सीन चेंज करना पड़ेगा मेरे लिए.
Do you think like the sympathy that you get sometimes like irritates you?
See, I don't mind sympathy, but I would appreciate if you give me empathy.
I still look at you for your work, just to get that out.
Thank you so much.
Because every time you've posted a picture, a video, I've seen all the series where you went out for a walk and like, you know, you took first picture after a couple years. I still see, you know, you for your work, and it might seem absurd, but I think it adds layers to you as a creator. Like every director, great director, every filmmaker that you listen to, they pull experiences from their real life and they turn it into art. So I think all this creative energy you've had for
and
years,
the real life experience is the only original thing you can ever document.
Exactly.
Other than that, everyone is stealing something from somewhere.
Yeah, I think it makes you unique. And then when it's time, when you have the right means to channel all the creative energy that you've had in the last 4 years into a film, I would clap once the film ends.
Thank you so much, man. But I had to pay so much for this originality.
Yeah, I know.
Like I don't have visuals from my past memories. That makes me cry so much because I'm a visual guy. I make living out of it. अभी मुझे visuals ही नहीं पता है.
But do you remember like any other senses like conversations and stuff, or is just all?
It is always like कि अगर तुम पहले मुझे मिलो ना, if you will tell me कि हम ऐसे मिले थे, it will maybe trigger something in my brain and then मुझे वो याद आएगा, पर मुझे visual नहीं आएगा. Like you know, if I tell you कि आप LA में कैसे रहे हो, तो you will visualize that कि मैं LA में ऐसे चल रहा हूँ, ये कर रहा हूँ, तो मुझे वो नहीं आता.
Oh wow.
Like I don't remember how I used to do job with Pritesh भैया, but I know some memories कि हाँ ये काम करते थे, ये करते थे, बस ऐसा ही है.
Oh wow, that's really interesting. That's crazy to think about. I can't even imagine not just.
And I don't have a visuals, and that haunts me. Like, and that is gonna haunt me throughout my life. Maybe it will recur. I don't know. And no doctor says that कि ये होने वाला, ये consequences of brain hemorrhage के. So that's what is happening. But मैं अभी ऐसा ही हो गया हूँ कि मैं देख रहा हूँ कि मैं क्या कर सकता हूँ, बस बात खत्म हो रही है. And I wanna do something and then fail, rather than not do something and just fail in my head.
Yeah.
So better I do this podcast, or maybe नहीं चलेगा तो नहीं चलेगा.
Yeah, it's just you do what you want to do. Yeah. I genuinely think the adversity and the limitations you've had will make great art one day. I don't know when, I don't know how, but I think it will happen. Every adversity that like, you know, I have seen great movies come out of great adversity. Like the backstory of Three of Us or all these other films, they came from a lot of like whenever the creator made it, they made it from an emotion which was very strong. So I think you will find a way to turn this emotion into a film. I'm glad you're here, Bhai.
Man,
I'm very glad you're here. Think people often say this about a book, that the right book finds you. Also, I heavily believe that with like films and other visual media. I think the right stuff finds you. You try new stuff, you take out what you don't like, and what sticks, you know, is your thing. It will stick, yeah.
And bro, I want to make films. मतलब see, प्रीतेश भाई also know, जब से मैं जॉब भी कर रहा हूँ तब से I always used to say कि मुझे जाना है फिल्म मेकिंग में. मैं ऐसे नहीं बोल रहा हूँ मुझे सीधा बॉलीवुड जाना, हॉलीवुड जाना, but I want to make films, short films, माइक्रो फिल्म्स, कुछ भी करके शुरू करना है. Then I will know कि मैं if I suck at filmmaking or I am good at filmmaking.
I don't think it would be like, I think you will suck in the beginning, and just like everything else, right? I don't think it's like, you're good at it or not. There's this thing that I read a while ago. It's like, I tell you, what is this bird? Like there's this bird outside, and the moment you name it, like the kid attaches a name to that bird, and that's the only value that bird will ever have in that kid's brain, because it attached a name to it, right? I think with any skills, it's kind of like that. The moment you think you are good, you'll push the boundary, and you know, like I don't think I'm good either now because I want to go further.
Absolutely.
I think you'll suck in the beginning, and the more you do it, the better you'll get.
And that's how you chase. Matlab Matthew McConaughey said that my hero is 10 years ahead of me.
Exactly.
I'm never gonna meet my hero.
Yeah. All of it is just skills acquired.
Man.
I'll say it again. I think the best art will come out of that. That feeling that you cannot express. Like so many films that you see, there's just one sentence that they never said to that one person that matters.
Yeah.
And they go on and make a whole film about it, and everybody loves it because everybody like connects to that unexpressed feeling. So I think like if you get a writer, when you can like narrate and someone can write and edit that and somehow write a script, I think the script will come out great because I know you have like bottled up emotion and it will literally pour onto the script. The first film you make, it has to be Harvest production. I'll make sure of it, and you have to make sure of it.
Done, man. Why not, man? I'm honored, matlab.
I'll shake on camera.
But on camera છે હવે કરવું પડે.
Yeah, deal થઈ ગયા હવે. ગુજરાતી માણસ તો હાથ લાવે એટલે પતી ગઈ વાત.
Okay, Darsh, tell me, we talked about your projects, Harvest and everything. Tell me, who is Darsh without a camera?
Oh my God. You're asking the question that the ending of season 3 Bear asked is like, I think I still have to figure it out. I have figured some of it out in the last 2 years, but it has been an issue. It has been an issue with most of my relationships because my identity, like 80% of my identity is work. Okay. You know, and I think as men, we are asked 2 questions like, kitla kamaine kaam sum karna, how much you make, and you know what do you do. So my what do you do, it took me so long to actually pick up a camera. 80% of my identity is that, so I'm still figuring that out.
But still, when you are not shooting, what you do? Jamming on chaya and cooking.
Yeah, I think I tried that. Like that is part cooking. Like trying cooking is a part of like me trying to figure out who I am. That's such a loaded question. It kind of scares me to like think about who I am without work. Because in the last 4 years, I think 90% of my
personality
is work. Like if I go out, it's probably at a friend's party who I made a film for. Like all my friends are in film, you know, just the whole Harvest community, it's all film 24/7. We're all so obsessed with it. But once in a while we would like, I started playing tennis this year, started cooking, and I think things like tennis, so tedious, hard to learn. I suck at it. Cooking, hard to learn, slow process, I suck at it. These things like, you know, these things teach me patience once. And then second, like it allows me that, oh, I can fail here, I can suck here. And with work, it's like an extension of myself. So there's this itch to like make it perfect. And, you know, I'm very invested in like everything I make because it sort of is an extension of myself. So I take that very personally, all work. Especially now that I'm writing and directing, it's very personal. Like never thought it would be this personal.
Is like, there some like movie which you want to write and direct? You're like your dream ke haan to karvu chhe.
I think there's a couple ideas, mostly like you said, very personal to me. So I'm still figuring out how those ideas will pan out. I just don't want them to be the first ideas that I make. First I want to, you know, get a little bit of skill and try some stuff, and then when the right time comes, like that idea will come. I don't want to like it to die too early, you know, and have its time. I think every idea has its time and every idea has its age, and if you release it before the right time or after the right time, it might not resonate as well as it will.
See, tell us one thing, that if a guy from India, maybe from Gujarat as well, want to make big in Hollywood, how would they do?
Oh wow, I 100%
Draw apart
knew.
Thoda bahut.
I 100% knew this question was coming, and I still don't know what to say. But I think there's, like I said, so many things like privilege, positioning that come into it, and I cannot, you know. But if you do have the privilege, if you do have a little bit of money, I think you should just develop taste. With so many things being automated and people will literally talk and AI will make movies for them. The person who has taste will win in the long run. And that's like kind of very abstract advice to someone who is from a small town of Gujarat, and me being like, he wants to make film and she wants to make film, and I'm like, develop taste. It's very irrelevant, but I think long term, obviously learn competence, like learn all the skills. Once you have all the skills, I think taste is what matters. And with how AI is going, maybe in the next 5-10 years, most of the positions on a crew might be desolate. It might not be, like technology might do the things that we are hiring people to do. So like graphic designers, graphic designer are becoming more and more irrelevant, but a graphic designer who has taste can use AI as a tool and still make great design.
That's really wise thing to say. You think AI will replace people in film industry?
I think yes. I don't think all of it.
No, you don't think all of it, right?
No, I don't think it will ever replace all of it in any industry. You're always going to need people with emotional intelligence and taste. Absolutely.
Yeah. What makes it different from other cinematographers, brother?
I think I take it very personally, all the work that I do.
Yeah.
It like other cinematographers and me, obviously there's other people who will do it, but if I'm hired on a project, I will treat it as if I wrote it and I'm going to direct it, even though I'm just a cinematographer. So just taking it personally, and then making
create a story and stick to it.
Yeah, and making every film like it's yours, It's also pushback, like it's surrendering. Like if a director comes to me with the script, it's not my job to teach him or her what the script or story is. My job is to surrender to the story that comes to me and make that into a film.
Yeah, man. What is that one thing you think which made you stand out in LA?
Being Indian. I think being Indian is a huge advantage.
Really?
Because it makes you different and people like different. And I think that's why I miss my accent being thicker, because when it, like looking at me in LA, it tells you a story before I say anything.
Yeah.
And as soon as I speak, you hear my accent, like you know there is a story there. It invokes curiosity. People are like, oh, where do you come from? Like, this and that. And I think having a story is very important to be an interesting artist. So being Indian, by far the biggest advantage.
Man, that's amazing. See, I have a last one segment, which is kind of a fatafat rapid fire round. I will ask you a question.
Okay.
And whatever comes in, you must just say it.
Okay.
Don't think so much.
Zindagi na milik dobara.
So Darsh, photo or video?
Video.
Movies or TV show?
Movies.
Your favorite film?
Interstellar.
Okay. Indian artist you want to collaborate?
SS Rajamouli.
Damn. Okay. Favorite camera and lens right now for you?
Venice, and lens is just depends on the film.
You're using Venice on the set?
Most of the films that I've worked on shot are Venice.
Okay.
I like Alexa is okay. I think it's too specific of a look, but Venice.
That is such a privilege to say Alexa is okay. Okay.
Yeah, it definitely is. I think Venice, you can make whatever you want. Once you color it, you can take it wherever you want. Alexa
I feel now I'm talking to a DP guy. Yeah, man, that's crazy.
I hate talking technicals, because I think when you talk about technicals, people are like, okay, this is why, why that film is good, because it was shot on Venice. It has nothing to do with the camera.
True that, man. No, it's nothing to do with the camera.
Yeah.
It's always behind the camera. जो बंदा खड़ा, जो बंदी खड़ी है, वही matter करता है.
Yeah, now people are making great films on iPhones. So.
Yeah, man, true. One light you swear by?
Light,
Light.
Oh, sky panel, any day.
And what do you think about all lighting?
It's pretty good. Yeah, it's pretty good. Soft.
You have a suggestion?
Nice. No, I do this thing. Like, I wish people could see it, but I do this thing on every set.
We will make them see it. No worries.
Like every time we're in a room where it's like tight, and me and the gaffer are like, oh, where would we put a light? We can't put holes. We can't rig anything. No room for a wall spreader. You know what? Put it in a corner, bounce it off the ceiling. I've literally used this so many times.
A film you wish you shot?
Oh, wow. I don't know. I don't think I've ever thought about a film like that.
So give it a thought, man.
I genuinely, like, every time I see a film, I'm like, okay, that person made it, and that person was supposed to make it, and it was good or bad.
Okay,
but
you never thought
Yeah.
You never thought like
No, it's so unique to like who you are.
Yeah.
I think like that person, you and me can literally make the same script and it'll be a different movie.
Yeah, true, man. Yeah.
Like what you'll make and I will make will so different. So I don't think I've ever thought about that.
So okay, let me rephrase the question. One film you want to shoot.
Oh, want to shoot.
Yeah.
I would love to shoot a film in India. Actually, a lot more films in India. The film that we shot last year, House Life, was very small, it's self-funded, but I would love to do a bigger version of that.
Yeah.
And I really want to show the contentment and the ambitious side of India that people don't see. Every media that shows India most of it is poverty porn. Like you see one section of Slumdog Millionaire and you know that guy goes on a game show and becomes rich.
Yeah.
Thing like last year when we went to the slums and talked to so many people, visually to someone who is from the West, it might look like they are in a tough condition or they're in a bad condition, but please, I insist everybody to stop and talk to them, and you will realize that you in the US with 100 different things that they don't have are more miserable than they are. Obviously, like, you know, methodically and with society, they are in a tough spot. But the mindset these people have, the gratitude these people have, and the contentment they have for like their life is insane. It's genuinely insane. Like us comparing our cars to our neighbor is literally nothing to compared to them. So I would really love to make a story that depicts that. And this is the other script that I'm working on about my Nani ka ghar. It's like my ancestral house, mom's ancestral house. So anything regarding that, like that feeling of us going back home in summer, you know, when we were in like 6th, 7th standard and all our cousins getting together. I want to try to encapsulate that feeling into a film.
If you could see one film for the first time, what are we seeing?
Ooh. Oh, this is such a tough question. I think it would be The Bear. Like, if I can change it to a show, I would love to watch The Bear for the first time.
And the kind of anxiety, the panicking it gave me, na?
Yeah.
Like I used to see so many things while I'm eating something or something. And the first time I saw the first episode Bear while I was eating something, and I was like, bye, na.
It's so much. Yeah, it's too much.
And that Fishes and Forks episode, bro, I went numb after it. मैंने बोला कि मैं 10 कलाक में कोई फिल्म जो ली थी से खाली 45 मिनट में.
Oh, it is so intense.
Oh my
God. I think when I first watched it, I was working on like 4 projects a month, like 4 or 5 projects. I think that was the year, the first season when I saw it. It was the year when I did like this, trying to do the most projects in a year. I think it was like 47 projects a year. I was trying to do 100, but I think I made it to 47. So I have well researched. But that was that year. So I was like constantly like projects. And that's when that came out. I think if I see it now for the first time, I would see it so differently.
Yeah, true, man. I understand that. Which one was your favorite commercial film? Nike, Fenty, Adidas, Puma?
It was Nike for sure.
It was Nike?
Yeah, it started a lot of things.
Yeah. The brand you want to work with in the future?
No shade to people who do commercials, but I think I want to do less commercial work as I go forward. I've done enough commercial work. I don't think it's a lot, but it's like that thing, like the Tag Mango job that I said earlier. It's like in film, there's so many different like levels, and I think as you go, you narrow down your niche. Yeah. And I've tried commercial. I don't enjoy them that much, so I think I want to do less of commercials.
Message to upcoming filmmakers?
Just throw paint on the wall and try stuff and experiment stuff. The more different stuff you try, the more you will develop a liking or disliking for something, which will develop your taste. And then once you have taste, that can be applied to anything. Like if you see all big artists, I take a lot of inspiration from music as well. Any big artist, their taste can apply to anything. And it can apply to designing a chair, can apply to making an album, or it can apply to making a movie. And that's why I love people like Rajamouli or Sanjay Leela Bhansali. I love Sanjay Leela Bhansali because he makes his own music. He also designs the clothes, and costumes, designs the set. He's also directs the movie, and sometimes he also sings in the movie. those are like the layers that you collect over time,
yeah.
and then you combine them into one. So it's like Virgil Abloh said, you just become a tape ball of a lot of different tape. Just have experiences, become a tape ball, and then you'll be able to write it into a movie.
Okay. A song that defines your mood on set?
Oh, no song. No song. My whole crew absolutely hates me for this because
You don't let them play anything?
No, any harvest set, they're not allowed to. I might get canceled. They're not allowed to laugh to like out loud.
Shit.
They're not allowed to like talk to each other. That's not set work, and they're not allowed to like play music.
Bapre.
Yeah, it's very much like everybody's quiet because I think music, in my perspective, and I'm pretty sure my producers think I'm wrong, but I think in my perspective, I can choose to put on headphones and choose music, but I cannot choose silence. If anybody's workflow on set is like they need quiet, and I'm pretty sure I have autism, so I'm like one of those person. If I'm driving, if I want to like turn, music because I can't see when I'm driving. It's like singular thinking. I have to think out loud. So on set, none of that happens, and we're very strict about it. Like anybody.
I'm scared to be on Harvest set now.
No, it's very professional. It's not scary.
Okay.
And we do have a lot of fun. But when you're there to do something and you only have 12 hours to do it, I think you should just be hyper focused on doing that.
Yeah.
And my crew like complains all the time. They're always like, if we're prepping, if we are just moving equipment, why can't we just play music? They're very frustrated about it. I'm pretty sure they talk shit about me.
Behind your back. Yeah. Green tea or a drink before shoot?
No, I'll have green tea in the morning before I leave.
Okay. Your top 3 artists across globe, whether it is musician, filmmaker, just artists. Top 3 artists.
Ooh, that's a tough one. I would say, Kendrick Lamar, one. Just
the GOAT, man.
Yeah, everything, music, his
visuals, everything,
representation for everything. Kendrick Lamar. Film directors, I would say I do love Sanjay Leela Bhansali.
Okay.
So that, and trying to think, Martin Scorsese probably.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
One DP whose work blows your mind?
I don't know who shot Superboys of Malegaon, but I think that was shot beautifully.
So beautifully, man.
Yeah, whoever that.
See, that is the kind of movies I want to see in Bollywood.
Yeah, it was a really good film. That ending scene where it's like slow-mo. Yeah, that climax.
And then he's looking to him and oh shit.
Yeah,
man.
It's probably one of the best things I've shot in a while.
True, man, true.
And it's so simple. And like you could be in a cinema theater, be in that exact setting with your friends and have that moment. It's not like camera is flying crazy.
Or VFX and something.
Yeah, it's not crazy. Like, have you seen Babylon?
Yeah, man, I've seen.
Like the opening sequence of Babylon is so extravagant.
So extravagant and so chaotic. Like.
Yeah, and it's good. I love it because how difficult it is. But what makes me feel more are like the simple things done well.
Yeah, man. A shot you are still chasing?
What?
A shot you are still chasing?
I think it's just writing more.
Yeah.
I have to get more consistent with writing, and because it's new, I used to not believe when writers said writing is scary, but I do believe them now. Yeah. Like waking up every day and putting something on paper takes a lot of consistency.
First big brand that made you go, we made it?
Nothing yet. I think there is experiences where we at Harvest, or like we just at Harvest will figure something out that we were trying to figure it out for a while, and I'll be like, okay, well, that will give me the excitement of we have made it, but there's always more things to figure out.
Funniest moment happened on set?
Okay, so on Spin the Bottle, there was we were shooting on film. That's the first time I shot on film. So there are no monitors. We have like nobody is looking, and we had one shitty monitor which you can barely see like what the camera sees. But our production designer Alexandra she is willing to do this role that we don't have an actor for.
Okay.
The role is basically being a dead body. and they're in covers, right? So we're shooting on film. This is the first take. We start the rolling of the film. The two cops are bringing the body out in the bag, and then I don't know if they didn't tie the zip or not, but there's stairs. They're coming down, and as soon as they come on the stairs, the body bag opens and Alexandra falls right out on the stairs. And our producer, who was also acting as a cop, he just comes out of the room because we see something fall. We don't really know what happens. And he comes out of the room and he goes, and because he's trying to save film, right? So he didn't even pick Alexandra up, didn't care about anything, just went down and was like, cut the film to save the film. And we have a blooper of that, and it's probably one of the funniest things that has happened.
You have to send us, man. Ever hooked up on a set?
Ever? Oh, whoa, no. Okay. I don't even think I use the bathroom on a set. I rarely use a bathroom. I'll like drink less water so I don't have to leave the set.
You are insane guy on a set.
It gives me anxiety to just leave the set. I like hate not knowing what's going on.
3 words that define your style.
1, stupid. Because if I'm trying, like most of the time I'm just trying something stupid. Well, that seems stupid in the beginning. So 1 is stupidity. 2nd is, I would say, tasteful. And 3rd is personal.
Okay. What's next for Darsh?
The 2 things that are big on the horizon right now is scaling Harvest further.
Okay.
We are potentially meeting some investors who are willing to invest in Harvest. It was kind of hard to find an investor who also understands film, because this takes like a decade, 2 decades, like it's a long game. So it was hard to find someone who is invested, who can be invested for the long run. And then who also doesn't interfere too much with the creative freedom that we have. Right. So we're still open to like looking for more investors, but there is 2 that we are interested in and they are interested in our products. So we're meeting them. And personally, it's just more writing and directing. I think I'm going to keep doing cinematography work because I love the camera. But writing and directing is something that I'm exploring and dipping my feet into.
How much money Darsh makes in a year?
Oh, wow. I'll give you by year, and it's insane. The first year made a lot of money because I was working at a hotel. So I think the first year I made around 30K.
Okay.
Like 30K, right? Saved up, no rent. Second year, I made in the whole year like $4,000.
Let's go.
It's just insane. Like the disparity is insane. Because when you're busy and booked, you're just doing everything, and when there's nothing. And then the first year was also like there were strikes in LA about the work was super slow. So I barely made like $3,000 in the whole year. My rent is $1,000. So I used a lot of the savings from the first and the second. Third year, it was somewhere around like 25. And last year, I can't say how much I made.
You can't say?
No, it's just like it's combined with Harvest and how much I make, and just can't say.
Okay, it's good. I understand that. If you can't say, then it's good.
I don't know.
Wish you more, man. It's all good. What's the one thing you can't go bed without doing it?
Go to bed without doing it. Thinking about movies.
Okay. Like
somehow,
directing or something, or you
not even particularly like always thinking about movies. Like I would be in the market with my mom and she would just be buying stuff, and I would look at just some people on the side observing them, and I would be like, you know what, this would be a great scene in that kind of movie that one day I will or someone will make. And my brain, this is how my brain works. You always look for things that you like. And then probably doing something physical that takes a lot of stress off, like just physical stress off.
Okay, to wrap this podcast, this is the last question I have. If the whole world is listening to you right now, what would you like to tell everyone?
I would say, if I truly believe everyone is creative, naturally as humans, and that energy has to go somewhere. So I would just tell everybody to create something. It could be, you could be doing pottery, you could be making small sketches, but letting out creative energy, just like letting out physical energy, is very fulfilling. And I truly hope everyone listening to this or watching this, everyone I know, it's very hard because like a lot of my family and friends here are not in the creative industry, but I really hope everyone feels that feeling that I have felt and I have the privilege to feel again and again, to make something that you can look at and you can almost touch, but you can't. Just to make something that you say that you made that or you created that, and that feeling, I would pay any amount to feel that. And I have the privilege to feel that again and again. But I think, that's one of the most rawest human feeling that you can feel.
Man, thank you so much. It's been lovely.
Thank you for having me. It's first podcast.
Yeah.
I had no idea I would ever be called on a podcast this soon.
Of course, man. Why not?
Thank you for having me.
We love you so much, and I take inspiration from you on every level.
I take inspiration from you, brother. Like I've told you time and time again how much courage it takes. And I truly mean what I said before, that the adversity and the limitations you've faced in the last 4 years, it will turn into great art one day. I genuinely believe that.
Thank you so much, man.
Thank you.
So signing off, we will see you with some beautiful person with beautiful story next time in bed.